That's 877-600-4264. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, do their homework, they look for the best, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's Gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic. And that's philsgang.com.
Stock market corrections may seem like random occurrences, but the fact is, market corrections are bound to happen. But what if you could see the correction coming in advance? What if you could be prepared to short the market before it's too late? Don't get caught off guard. Become a philsgang.com member and get all the daily market information, investment strategies, and be prepared to make profits when the market is up or the market is down. You can do this for only $49.95 a month. Learn how to invest in the market, get daily coaching guidance on your investments, and take the first step of putting profits in your pocket. With philsgang.com, you just log on and get daily instructions on how to invest in the market. You don't have to worry about long-term contracts or hidden fees. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived. So just log on and enjoy the ride to profits. philsgang.com. Go to philsgang.com or give them a call today at 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Every day I talk to you about the PT2 chart. What is that? It's a chart that tells you when to buy, it turns green, when to sell, it turns red. It sounds so simplistic, so easy, it doesn't even sound real. But you know what? It works. Technology. That's what you got to look at today. Technology. It does work. philsgang.com, my PT2 chart.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Timing is everything in life, and to be successful in the stock market, timing requires being in at the right time and out at the right time. At philsgang.com, Phil Grande teaches and coaches you on stocks to identify and how to wisely time your investments. With Phil's technical analysis, you'll learn chart indicators and learn how to recognize patterns. Plus, you learn to identify those patterns so you can time the market to buy or short the market. Novice for expert. For investors who need cutting-edge stock market information that gives a strategic advantage that no one else has, philsgang.com is your only source to making consistent profits in the stock market. For a daily education in timing the stock market and making profits, go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or log on to philsgang.com. Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, and click the live link, and we'll see you on the charts.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
No, it isn't a good plan. First of all, the Israelis and the Gulf countries are happy with this deal precisely for this reason. It's not just the terrorism, by the way, but they don't want to with a nuclear Iran in the Middle East either. But here's the broader point that this president fails to make, and I think we need to understand. For him, this whole deal, you know what it is? It is an exhibit in his presidential library. That's what he wants to be able to do, is say, this is what I achieved, peace in our time, this big deal with Iran. Look at the press coverage of this issue. Some of it's been glowing as some sort of historic deal. It's ridiculous. A third-rate autocracy has now been given equality with a world power, the United States of America. They are now a nuclear threshold country on a deal signed with the United States and other global powers. That's why they're cheering in the streets in Tehran. That's why they're celebrating. You don't see any celebrations in America. You don't see any celebrations in Jerusalem or Tel Aviv because they know this is a one-sided deal.
And Iranians are really celebrating. Yes, they are. We're not celebrating, not at all. Matter of fact, on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, take a look at it. Iran deal ignites fierce fight, and it will continue to be a fierce fight. It's a terrible deal for us. Rubio has it exactly right. He is sacrificing this country, the safety of this country, the safety of Israel, just so he has for his library, his legacy, has something to put in his library, a letter. Or something. I mean, ridiculous. Isn't this ridiculous? Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Boy, we got a lot to report on. We have also today, we had Yellen. Yeah, she's speaking today again.
The economy has made further progress toward the Federal Reserve's objective of maximum employment, while inflation has continued to run below the level that the FOMC judges to be most consistent over the longer run with the Federal Reserve's statutory mandate to promote maximum employment and price stability.
What's wrong with this woman? Transitory. You know what we found out today? First, yesterday, we had the worst. We had the worst numbers when it came to retail. I mean, terrible. Fell off the cliff because people don't have good jobs. The economy's weak. Today, we get industrial production. A terrible number. Terrible number. The weakest growth, industrial growth production since February 2010. Interesting. Take the vehicle production. It fell off a cliff. We got the number today. It fell off the cliff, 5.5%. No wonder GM and Ford, these stocks are dropping by 20%. As the big guys, Buffett and Paulson and the rest of them, are all taking their money out of GM and the rest of these companies. They see what's going on, and she comes out and says, "Transitory? What are you kidding?" She says that's all she says. She's been saying that since she's been the chairperson. All she keeps saying is transitory, transitory. But before we get into that, I want to get back a little bit to this Iranian deal, because I think this is so important for the markets, for the world, and just to show you how bad this is. And I have to really laugh, because you remember I was so upset on Monday after listening to Doris Quinn, whatever her name is, on Meet the Press. She was talking about how, Trump is not a leader. Oh, he's not a leader. I'm a journalist. It's my job to determine who's a leader, and he's definitely not a leader. And Obama is a leader? She claims Obama is, after this terrible deal that was done with Iran? Are you kidding me? Remember her? This is what Doris Kearns, her name is.
I think the important thing is not to understand the chord he's striking, but we as journalists have a responsibility to question, is this the kind of person who could truly be a leader?
Are you kidding me? Talking about Trump? You got to be kidding. And look at the deal we got from Iran. No wonder all the Iranians and all their allies are in the streets celebrating. Nobody's celebrating except them. They got stunned at the deal that they've gotten. They were stunned. Now, the biggest part of the deal, which they were stunned and why they're in the streets celebrating, here's the country, Iran. The most dangerous country in the world. Why? Because they use all their oil money to produce and to finance terrorism all over the world. That's what they do. They finance terrorism. That's their job. So we give them a half back that was frozen. So Obama says, here's a $500 billion. Now remember, part of the deal, Kerry said he would never do that, but he did. A $500 billion. So he's going to use that money again to help finance terrorists all over the world. So someone asked him about that. What would happen? What are you going to do if they take that money and they start funding terrorists?
That is a possibility. And we are going to have to systematically guard against that.
How?
And work with our allies, the Gulf countries, Israel, to stop the work that they are doing.
Wait a minute. You give them a $500 billion a check. Here's a check for $500 billion. They put it in their account. How do you stop them? Why doesn't he just be honest and say, I can't. It's just a deal we made. No, I know we can't. Again, lying is the cornerstone of this administration, and Kerry did a wonderful job carrying that tradition to Iran back to us. And if you don't believe Valerie Jarrett, an Iranian-born communist, her family's Iranian from Iran, I told you 100 times, you don't think that she was behind this and she was working for Iran, you got to be out of your mind. Because listen to these following concessions. Kerry said that the Iranian regime, they would be required, to get a deal done, they'd be required to halt all uranium enrichment. That was the deal, Kerry said. He said, we're not going to sign anything unless they agree to halt all the uranium enrichment. He removed it. Kerry said, Iran would be forced to shut down and dismantle its heavy production plant. I will not sign this deal unless they do that. He removed it. Kerry said, Iran would be required to shut down and dismantle the underground uranium enrichment facility it built secretly in Fordow, Iran. No way will we sign a deal unless they close that secret plant down. Kerry removed it. Kerry said Iran would be required to halt its ongoing missile development. They got to stop or we're not going to sign a deal with them. He removed it. Kerry said Iran would be required to halt research and development of the centrifuges that will enable it to break out to the bomb far more quicker than it currently is the case now. He said we would never let that happen. They would gain so fast. That's one thing we'll never let them do. He removed it. He said Iran would be required to submit to anywhere, anytime inspections. Any and all inspections. When we call them, they've got to be ready. They've got to be ready, or there's no deal. Well, guess what? He removed it. You know what he's given them? He's given them 24-day notice. Look, you could give any of these guys a 24-hour notice and they can sanitize their crime. He gives 24 days. Are you out of your mind? What are you, nuts? What the hell kind of deal was this? Ugh. We'll be right back. Phil's Gang, 15 past the hour here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At PhilsGang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what PhilsGang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At PhilsGang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables member to be the best investor they can be. At PhilsGang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what PhilsGang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy, they do their homework, they look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's Gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, funds, and from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic. And that's philsgang.com. Hi, Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. We're here again. It is summer again, another year. Same thing, just different players. Greece is slipping down a slippery slope. They're going broke. Obama, he's going to raise premiums. Of course, he lied to us, say he wasn't going to. Food prices are skyrocketing. You're going to be paying more for hot dogs and hamburgers than you ever did before. They tell us there's no inflation. And the Fed, hey, they're going to raise rates in September. Well, they always tell us they're going to raise rates, and they never do. But you know what? Young or old, I reach out to you. Retirement is the main crisis we are having. Even if you're 35 years old, you're going to think, oh, that's a long time. Well, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, yes, you do. Check out Phil's Gang. Whether you're young, whether you're old, doesn't matter. We're all going to reach the same place, retirement. Let me reach out and help you. That's philsgang.com. To call if you're concerned about living the same lifestyle you became accustomed to while working.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Why aren't you using the spiders? Why are you paying 63% of the money you saved as a fee? 401k, you are paying in fees 63% of the money that you saved. That is crazy. Why don't you switch to the spiders? Join my gang, Phil's Gang, and do what millions of people do. Use the spiders. 500 best stocks in the world.
Find out more at philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, gang. Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Time after time, I hear investors say they are afraid to get back into the stock market. Well, I don't blame you, but you're missing out on a great opportunity. At philsgang.com, we take away that fear. We take away the risk of investing. At philsgang.com, we offer a different investment program that can help you to implement strategy for short-term and long-term investing success. No matter is up, you can follow me with a spider. Program for the working investor, someone who's busy all day, don't have time to dedicate to investing. A perfect program for you. No matter what the program, Phil's Gang, philsgang.com, our mission is to make you a better investor. For more information, go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
I blame President Obama squarely here. The idea that we have cut a nuclear deal with Iran, and I will say the Islamic Republic of Iran, and did not secure the release for Americans is absurd. It is wrong.
Not only absurd and wrong, listen what Kerry says when he was asked about this.
This deal was not about those other issues. We didn't want to get it confused.
They want to get those other issues. These aren't other issues. These are people. They did nothing wrong. You have a pastor who went over and visited a relative. You have a guy from the New York Post, a reporter. He wasn't doing anything. He went over to visit a relative. A Marine went over to visit his relative. An Iranian who signed up as a Marine in the United States went over. They imprisoned him. And then there's a clergy member went over. He was arrested. And what's Kerry called them?
This deal was not about those other issues. We didn't want to get it.
Other issues. He didn't even want to say their name. He didn't want to say it's not about the captives. It's not about the prisoners. He knows he's wrong. Can you imagine? You're in prison in Iran and you're a Marine? You're a Marine. Now, it's bad enough the other three, but you're a Marine. You served your country. You're an Iranian. You come to the United States, become a citizen, and serve as a Marine. And this Kerry has no empathy? None. Zero for the Marine. Never mind the other three. The Marine. Same thing happened with the Marine who was down in Mexico. Where's no man left behind? The person we should leave behind is Kerry. Put him in jail. Kerry said Iran be required to surrender for trial. Get this. Will not sign this agreement unless you Iranians agree to surrender for trial those terrorists that you sponsored that were involved in the bombing of the Jewish Community Center in Buenos Aires, killing 85 people. He said, I will not sign this agreement unless they do that. He removed it from the agreement. He removed everything from the agreement. This is amazing, isn't it? He also said, I would not sign this agreement unless Iran would agree to stop inciting hatred among its people against Israel and the United States, to stop this relentless calls for annihilation of Israel. I will not sign this. He signed it. He removed it. And you wonder why they're in the streets celebrating? Look what they got. They got everything. We got nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing. The inspections are the key component to any negotiation. And he goes and says, we're going to make sure anytime, any place we call and we get. Then they said, no. We want a 24-day notice. Oh, okay. You got it. Now, don't you tell me that Valerie Jarrett was not behind this. Everybody I know is saying the same thing. It's Valerie Jarrett who was negotiating for Iran. She hates Israel. She wants to blow up Israel. She hates Israel. Her parents are Iranian. Her parents were in the biggest communist man. Got a special deal for an airline. I think I told you this. She's very tight with these Iranians. And she got a license to start an airline between Iran and Los Angeles, I think it was, or New York. This is amazing. Kerry said Iran would be required to halt its financing, its training of terrorist army in South Lebanon. I won't do this deal. Really? It went through. That was removed. Not only did it remove the part of the agreement, but that's when he agreed to unfreeze the $500 billion and give it to Iran to finance further terrorism, finance ISIS, so they can go get more knives to cut our heads off with. This is unbelievable. What did we get out of this? Nothing. Let's go to the stock market. Unbelievable.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
Remember they were telling you how the auto business is really doing terrific? Well, we just got today our industrial production number. And what was interesting, in the industrial production number, that index measures the physical volume of the stuff we build, the output, the stuff our manufacturers build. And part of that industrial sector is autos. Is autos. And they dropped incredible. 5.5%. That's huge. GM and Ford. That's why GM and Ford is down 20%. And this is why I want to show you something. If you were a gang member using my PT2, put up GM. Go to my site right now, philsgang.com, and you're a gang member. Go there right now and click on listen, watch live. Watch live. philsgang.com, watch live. Look at this on my chart. You see when it turned from green to red? Let me get rid of this thing here. Not in your way. See when it turned from green to red? The minute it turned from green to red, and we had a confirmation of a crossover right here, that told you the big institutions were pulling their money out. Soros was pulling his money out of GM. Buffett was pulling his money out of GM. They're pulling their money out of GM. Look how it tanked. GM tanked about 20%. 20%. Now, you would have made money on that 20%. You would have just clicked on sell order because it turned red. It told you they're pulling their money out. You don't care about all the stories. That's all you need to know. It turned red and you went short. Now what you'll do is we'll wait till it turns green and head the other way. Remember I told you the other day, and I'll prove that to you. Remember the other day I said to you, don't miss this, GEO. I said this is one of the companies that they build prisons. They build prisons around the country. And if you look, you'll see that they had a big drop from like $43 down to $34. That's probably about another 20%, I would think. Now, you would have made money. You would have made money all the way down. But here's the thing. I said to you, why don't you join the gang right now? And when it turns green, we'll buy it. We'll buy it. Look at that. It turned green. That means money's starting to come in. And then all you do is put a stop in under 35. Hey, we'll be right back after this break. A lot more.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What is Phil's Gang? philsgang.com is a subscription website service that host Phil Grande has been teaching and providing daily stock investment recommendations for over 15 years, all in the name of making its customers educated investors and helping the kids at St. Jude's Children's Hospital. If you want to take charge of your financial future, then do not wait any longer. For only $49.95, become a Phil's Gang member today. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Why aren't you using the spiders? Why are you paying 63% of the money you saved as a fee? 401k, you are paying in fees 63% of the money that you saved. That is crazy. Why don't you switch to the spiders? Join my gang, Phil's Gang, and do what millions of people do. Use the spiders. 500 best stocks in the world.
Find out more at philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, Phil Grande, Phil's Gang. We're here again. It is summer again, another year. Same thing, just different players. Greece is slipping down a slippery slope. They're going broke. Obama, he's going to raise premiums. Of course, he lied to us, say he wasn't going to. Food prices are skyrocketing. You're going to be paying more for hot dogs and hamburgers than you ever did before. They tell us there's no inflation. And the Fed, hey, they're going to raise rates in September. Well, they always tell us they're going to raise rates, and they never do. But you know what? Young or old, we're here to reach out to you. Retirement is the main crisis we are having. Even if you're 35 years old, you're going to think, oh, that's a long time. Well, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, yes, you do. Check out Phil's Gang. Whether you're young or old, doesn't matter. We're all going to reach the same place, retirement. Let me reach out and help you. That's philsgang.com. Give us a call if you're concerned about living the same lifestyle you became accustomed to while working.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standard. Together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Some girls wish to grow up and be a princess. Other girls wish to simply grow up. May and Bailey are friends battling kidney cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We developed a treatment for their cancer that's helping kids like them across America.
You know what I wish for?
What's that, honey?
My hair back. And no more cancer.
Well, girls, St. Jude is working on that.
Donate now at stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
Hi, Phil Grande, Phil's Gang. We're here again. It is summer again, another year. Same thing, just different players. Greece is slipping down a slippery slope. They're going broke. Obama, he's going to raise premiums. Of course, he lied to us, say he wasn't going to. Food prices are skyrocketing. You're going to be paying more for hot dogs and hamburgers than you ever did before. They tell us there's no inflation. And the Fed, hey, they're going to raise rates in September. Well, they always tell us they're going to raise rates, and they never do. But you know what? Young or old, we're here to reach out to you. Retirement is the main crisis we are having. Even if you're 35 years old, you're going to think, oh, that's a long time away. You don't have to worry about it. Oh, yes, you do. Check out Phil's Gang. Whether you're young, whether you're old, doesn't matter. We're all going to reach the same place, retirement. Let me reach out and help you. That's philsgang.com. Give us a call if you're concerned living the same lifestyle you became accustomed to while working.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by .com.
Consumer spending has picked up, and sales of motor vehicles in May and June were strong.
Wait a minute. Wait. What'd she say about, what? Say this again?
Consumer spending has picked up.
Consumer spending picked up? We just got our retail numbers yesterday. They fell off a cliff. Retail sales dropped to its lowest level in 9 years. Disposable income, the biggest drop in 40 years. Durable goods sales, appliances, TVs, big ticket, dropped for 6 of 8 months. What is she talking about? She's lying. Isn't that amazing how she just lies? And then she tells us, and remember about these sales. This is very important. The sales, she tells us auto sales are up. She's telling us auto sales are up. No, they're not. In fact, what's interesting is the industrial production number that came out today that measures the amount of auto sales that are being manufactured dropped. And if you go look at the stocks, GM and Ford, since March, they dropped around 20% because the big guys are pulling their money out. Because what do they know? And we've been talking about this all along. Is what they know is that the only reason auto sales have been doing good is because, remember, I told you, Obama went out and supported GM to save the unions so he could get elected. Then, what's been pushing the auto sales is he'll give subprime loans to anybody. So think about this. Auto sales have been outpacing wage growth. So the growth in auto sales are outpacing the growth in wages. The auto sales, the growth, outpacing not only wages, but outpacing full-time jobs, outpacing housing. How could that be? Well, easy. You give credit to anybody. We did it with housing at zero interest loans. Why do you think GM dropped 20% since April? Because Buffett, Soros, Paulson, they know what I just told you is true. And all you had to do, if you were a gang member, here, take a look. Go to my site, philsgang.com. If you're using my PT2, all you had to do is put up GM, and you'll see it turn from green to red, right around $35. And it went from 35 to 31, and it's still red. 35 to 31. That's probably about I would say that's maybe about a 20%, 11% drop. 11% drop. So let's say you got 5%. What's wrong with that? So you got in June. That's a nice return on your money. And look how easy it would be. Now we're reversing it, and I told you the other day, why don't we go and buy GEO, one of these companies that build prisons all over the country? And because they dropped about 30%, and now it looks like the institutions that own it are coming back to buy it. And look, just turned green. So why don't you contact us right now, philsgang.com. Follow me on my PT2 with GEO. This is the second day it's turned green. So what we do is we buy it today, and then what we'll do is we'll put a stop in. We can put a stop under $35, $34.82. So you buy it for $37, and you put a stop at $34.82. So that's about, you're going to lose about $100, $100 to try to make $500 or more. That's just with 25 shares. That's just 25 shares. Obviously, going to put more shares on once doing good. That's just to get started out of the gate. But at least we put a stop and we know exactly how much money we could lose. There's no risk. So join my gang today. Follow me. Okay, let's get back to the bigger threat. The bigger threat that we have right now, much bigger than Iran, much bigger than their nukes, is our Treasury, our Congress, our Federal Reserve. They're a much bigger threat to this country than Iran. Now, if you take corporate America, you take Wall Street, they are really worried. They're not worried about Iran. They're not worried about Iran. They're worried about this president. They're worried about the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, because they're massing this debt is terrible. 18 trillion debt. Creating this debt has slowed our economy. When we had a good economy, it used to give us debt, used to give us good return. When we had low debt and a good economy, we get, for every dollar debt, I told you, we get $2.42 out of growth in the GDP. Now we're getting 3 cents. And here's the problem with that. That means we're going to go negative pretty quick. And when you go negative, that means you're going to go into a recession. Now let's back that up and look at what's going on with industrial production. As soon as you see an industrial production this bad, the output this bad, what does this tell you? What does this number tell you today in industrial production? The weakest growth since February 2010. It's a flashing light, red light, saying recession, recession. So here we got industrial production that sucks, telling us recession. You go back and take a look at all this debt we're creating, and for every dollar of debt, we drop from $2.42 of growth to created growth. Now, instead of creating growth, we're only creating 3 cents worth of growth. That's more recession. So if you're a gang member, when my chart turns red, follow me, we'll short. But here's the point. This group, this administration, this Yellen, they sit there and just lie to us. Our economy is contracting as the wealth gap between the rich and everyone else is expanding, which is making the middle class fall into poverty. That's the problem. Congress, the President, the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, they've created a weapon of mass destruction, more dangerous than any nuclear bomb that Iran can throw at us. It's called debt. That's destroying our economy right now. It's wiping out our middle class right now. No jobs, no retail customers. Look at the June retail numbers. And what does she say? Oh, it's transitory when it comes to the factory orders. Listen to what she says today about the factory orders dropping.
The committee believes that the recent softness partly reflects transitory factors.
We do think that these factors are transitory. The decline appears to have resulted mostly from transitory factors.
Everything's transitory. They always use that excuse. Everything's transitory. Oh, only happens once. Oh, that's it. We're down. We just dropped 5.5% in industrial production. Oh, it's transitory. We have $18 trillion in debt. That's transitory. Everything's transitory. So we're sitting here right now. Think about this. Why do you think that the CEOs are worried? Because over the last 14 months, they have seen consumer traffic drop like a flying crowbar. Auto sale executives are very worried. They know they would never have these auto sales unless it was for subprime. And that's starting to fall apart. And that's why GM and Ford are down, as I told you. The national debt at $18 trillion, which is $3 million per minute. That's more dangerous than a nuclear weapon. That's what's wiping out the middle class. The middle class is getting wiped out. They have no full-time jobs. They have a huge lack of income growth. Matter of fact, 12 percentage points below 2009. I was wrong yesterday. I thought it was 8 or 9. No, I looked up. It was 12% points below 2009. So that's called getting squeezed. So part-time jobs, due to our national debt of $18 trillion, is causing stagnant incomes, and the growing cost of the middle class. Think about it. The middle class is getting screwed. The cost is going up. A married couple with 2 kids, they have $5,500 less to spend annually on food than they had before in 2009. They took a hit of $5,500. Retailers, sales have fallen because of it. So has stock values. So when the stock values fall because the middle class don't have good jobs, they're not purchasing, so stock values start to fall, what do? They fix it by accounting tricks. They buy their own stock back to push the stock prices back up. And that's why values in stocks are at least 2 times more their historic value, and why we're going to be ready when this market corrects. We'll be ready.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. We're here again. It is summer again, another year. Same thing, different players. Greece is slipping down a slippery slope. They're going broke. Obama, he's going to raise premiums. Of course, he lied to us, say he wasn't going to. Food prices are skyrocketing. You're going to be paying more for hot dogs and hamburgers than you ever did before. They tell us there's no inflation. And the Fed, hey, they're going to raise rates in September. Well, they always tell us they're going to raise rates, and they never do. But you know what? Young or old, we're here to reach out to you. Retirement is the main crisis we are having. Even if you're 35 years old, you're going to think, oh, that's a long time. Well, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, yes, you do. Phil's Gang. Whether you're young, whether you're old, doesn't matter. We're all going to reach the same place, retirement. Let me reach out and help you. That's philsgang.com. Give us a call if you're concerned about living the same lifestyle you became accustomed to while working.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600. 877-600-4264.
What makes investors around the world successful? They're savvy. They do their homework. They look for the best value, and they find it at Interactive Brokers. Phil's Gang chooses Interactive Brokers, stocks, options, futures, forex, bonds, and worldwide from one account. I recommend Interactive Brokers to all my Phil's Gang members. I use it myself. Check them out. Go to philsgang.com and click on the Interactive Brokers graphic, and that's philsgang.com. Hi, gang. Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Time after time, I hear investors say they are afraid to get back into the stock market. Well, I don't blame you, but you're missing out on a great opportunity. At philsgang.com, we take away that fear. We take away the risk of investing. At philsgang.com, we offer a different investment program that can help you to implement strategy for short-term and long-term investing success. No matter if the market is up, you can follow me with a spider. Or we have a program for the working investor, someone who's busy all day, don't have time to dedicate to investing. A perfect program for you. No matter what the program, philsgang.com, our mission is to make you a better investor. For more information, go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Some girls wish to grow up and be a princess. Other girls wish to simply grow up. May and Bailey are friends battling kidney cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We developed a treatment for their cancer that's helping kids like them across America.
You know what I wish for?
What's that, honey?
My hair back. And no more cancer.
Well, girls, St. Jude is working on that.
Donate now at stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by Phil's Talking Trader Stock Charts.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, join my gang, or you can call right now, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Tell them you want to join the gang and you want to follow me on my PT2. Remember, GEO just turned green. Okay, just turned green. I just gave you the numbers. Matter of fact, our gold, take a look at it. It went from green to red at $10. And now it went all the way down to, it's almost near $16. So it's already had a drop of around 23%, if I'm correct, about 20%, I think. So 20% correction. So that means if you were with a gang and you had the PT2 and you're using the PT2, as soon as it turned red, just wait a couple days to confirm it. Our crossover was confirmed right here. You would have picked up a 20% return. Cut it in half. Say only 10%. What's wrong with that? Where are you going to get that kind of return? So join the gang right now, 877-600-GANG. And all I ask, if you make money, please send some money to St. Jude. That's what it's about. Okay. Now, let's go back to the lying is what gets me. But, all right, let's do this first. This is so amazing.
Consumer spending has picked up, and sales of motor vehicles in May and June were strong.
A lie. Yesterday, we were told that sales have just dropped off the cliff because they're not spending. The middle class is crushed. They're not spending. She's not telling the truth. Auto sales, we come out, we see the evidence today. Industrial production, auto production tumbled by 5.5% in June. What's she talking about? And then she says this.
If the economy evolves as we expect, economic conditions likely would make it appropriate at some point this year to raise the federal funds rate target.
How long has she been saying she's going to raise rates? How long has she been saying that? If it evolves, she wouldn't know what evolved is if she tripped over it. Now, here's what really got me today. Listen to when Clinton How I think Obama's gotten so lazy. I think when he went to make his speech about Iran, his victory, he went to the archives in the White House and pulled out Clinton's speech, the same speech he made when he had his nuclear victory with Korea. Listen to how similar they are.
I'd like to say just a word about the framework with North Korea, that this is a good deal for the United States. North Korea will freeze and then dismantle its nuclear program.
A comprehensive long-term deal with Iran that will prevent it from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
South Korea and our other allies will be better protected.
I want to thank our negotiating partners for our unity in this effort.
The entire world will be safer as we slow the spread of nuclear weapons.
He's now making this country safer through his commitment to strong, principled American diplomacy.
South Korea, with support from Japan and other nations, will bear most of the cost of providing North Korea with fuel to make up for the nuclear energy it is losing. And they will pay for an alternative power system for North Korea. The United States and international inspectors will carefully monitor North Korea.
And with the inspections and transparency that allow us to monitor the Iranian program.
Only as it does so will North Korea fully join the community of nations.
It has the full backing of the international community.
Isn't this amazing? Now, why are we going to be so lucky that Iran is going to keep their word? North Korea didn't. 12 years after Clinton made that speech, they completed their first atom bomb test. And now today, they're within a few years of stockpiling 100 nuclear weapons. They broke their word. But we gave them the house. We gave them everything, just like we did with Iran or Iran. Isn't this crazy? So you think Obama would learn and say, look what we do. We got crazy people in North Korea. We can't trust. They never kept their word, and we send them food, and we build electric plants for them. Are we that stupid that we send North Korea food and build electric plants? Look what we did. We just built the $300 million electric plant for ISIS. That's right, ISIS. We built it in Afghanistan and Kabul, and we never run it. And guess who just took it over? We never ran it. We never provided electric for Kabul. As a matter of fact, when we finished building it, I told you this before, outside producing electricity for Kabul. We never ran this stupid plant. The reason why, because you needed diesel fuel to run it, and you would lose 16 cents per kilowatt. You lose your shirt. But now ISIS has the plant. We learn. So if Korea's not going to keep their word, do you think these lunatics in Iran keep their word? Of course not. But what do? We gave them their $500 billion. We gave in on everything. We gave in on everything that Kerry's a liar. He's a liar. I just went down the list of everything he lied about. He lied about everything. I can't believe it. Here it is, right here. He swore he would not do this deal unless the prisoners were released. He didn't release them. And he also, what made this even worse, what made this deal worse, he's lifting the embargo on both the ballistic missiles and conventional arms, which Kerry stated on Meet the Press. He would never do this agreement unless the embargo on the ballistic missiles and conventional arms stayed in place. He lied. He said that Iraq would be required to halt its arming and financing and trade of these terrorists. Iran said they would. Hey, we won't arm our terrorists anyway. We won't fund them. Kerry said, well, it's got to be that way, or we're not going to do a deal with you. Well, guess what? He crossed it off the list, and worse, we gave him the $500 billion to fund them even more now. Haven't we learned anything? So, see, to me, the bigger threat, even that, the bigger threat still is our country. Nobody's paying attention today. I'm watching all day on TV. Everybody is talking about this Iranian deal. Yes, it was terrible. Well, let's get on with our country. Why aren't they talking about the industrial production that fell apart? talking about the industrial production that is giving us a red light for a recession. Nobody's talking about it. Why isn't somebody talking about production for cars has fallen off a cliff by 5.5%? You just take the industrial production that fell, and you take the amount of the retail sales that tumbled yesterday, and nobody's talking about it. So please, help yourself. Join my gang, and I have it right here. With this one company, it just turned green, GEO, and we can do this together. And here's the number, 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Tell me you want to join the gang, and just follow me on the PT2. Just follow me on the PT2. You can follow me with GEO, and then also follow me with Walmart when Walmart turns green. See, here's the thing. All of the stuff that's going on in the country is terrible, and it's going to make the market go up. It's going to make the market go down. You got to be in position. It doesn't make any difference to you if the market's going to go up or the market's going to go down. It doesn't make any difference to you. And stop listening to these stupid commercials on Saturday, especially on these radio shows and TV shows where they tell you, oh, come see me, I'll take care of you. You'll never lose money, always make money in the market. I'll sell you an insurance policy, annuity. Those are the biggest rip-offs ever. Because everybody buys those stupid things after the market collapses, because then they're all upset. They don't care when the market's doing good. Then when the market falls apart, and they get a correction of 10, 20, 30%, jumps to these annuities. They start advertising that scam. Unbelievable. They just doubled down, tripled down, massive advertising. If you come with me, you'll never lose money. You never lose money when the market goes down. You only make when the market goes up. What they don't tell you, and better read the fine print, when the market goes back up, they only let you enjoy 2% of the rally. So if a rally goes up 30% a year, like we've been doing for the last 6 years, except for this year, that 30%, you're locked into 2%. The insurance company gets the difference. They get the 28%. You get 2, they get 28. How do you think they insure you? How do you think they insure you so you don't lose any money on the way down? At the end of the day, you don't make any money. You don't make any money. And you lose all of that money, all of that opportunity. Isn't that amazing? Hey, join my gang tonight. We'll see you on the charts. philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.